What's going on, Sith friends? DarthKimchi here. So we're going to talk about my roster today because I'm close to 1,000 subscribers and I want everyone to know kind of my journey in the game, the mistakes that I've made, and why I do what I do. So I love Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and I love anyone else who loves it just as much as me. So first, we'll start with the in-game name, DarthKimchi. So if you guys don't know, I'm half Korean. I eat a lot of kimchi, and I like the dark side. I love Star Wars. Darth Vader is my favorite character. He's my favorite toon in the game, so DarthKimchi. I always want to know the meaning to everyone's in-game name, and when we build our own merger guilds, in-game name has to be super funny, something really cool. It's going to be a requirement. So our merger guild, I'm going to wait till I'm in Division 5 so I can get a couple of GLs to help out with Cran Core and raids. But I want to help new players. Like, you guys can't get any rewards. You're Division 11, Division 10. You're going to join my group of merger guilds. We're going to help each other get great rewards and progress in the game. Wat Tambor, whatever you need, that's what our merger of guilds is going to be about. All right, so my guild that I'm in now is Ray's Elites. I just joined them a little while ago. My good buddy Gungan from my Discord allowed me to get in there. Fido is the leader. Amazing guild. You know, that guy Fido does so much for the guild. So does Gungan. They've got lieutenants, captains. It is great. It matches where I need to be. I need R8 mats, and they do Cran Core easily without any merging. So fantastic guild. Thank you, Ray's Elites. Now, I did definitely think a Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes Discord community and a great guild are key to your progression, your sanity in this game that's a grind, and then to have some fun when you're done with your Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. You get into a Discord and it's super fun. Alright guys, so if you guys don't know, if you're new to my show, I'm in Division 7. What I'm trying to do is just help people be prepared for when they reach my level. The next time Grand Arena reopens, I'll be in Division 6. I have hit every single level in Division 7. I kind of want to talk about it through my roster review and show all the people who are subscribed kind of like where I'm coming from and what I have. Alright, so we start with Fleet first, rank number 44. I've been practicing. I put in like Executor to kind of drop down because I was like top 20 and I couldn't beat anything because it was like Executors and super hard modded fleets. So I'm trying to practice with BTL, Bacon Tomato, Rex, and Anakin. I hear that's a really good starting team, and it takes out almost everything. Mirror match. I've never used Rex, and I always say you don't need him, but now he's amazing. So let's get into this fleet. I learned so much from roster reviews, guys, and I try to teach everyone and help everyone out. So we always want to look at capital ships first. If you guys don't know, in Division 7, you have to have 4 fleets. I recommend 3, but you got to have 2 for sure. So if you're not going for SLKR, if you're not going for Ray's capital ship, you need Negotiator and Malevolence to 7 stars. Pick one, whichever way you want to go. I recommend Negotiator first. Your third fleet, if you can, it needs to be either Home 1 or Chimera. So out of those 2 ships, let's go to regular ships, I would highly recommend everyone that's coming up in the game to favorite these ships. Whenever you can get to them through their battles, you got to get to them and get them done. So Rebel Y-Wing, Vulture Droid, Hyena Bomber, Imperial TIE Bomber. I've already got Bacon Tomato to 7 stars. So you don't have to do all 4. The reason why I'm doing Rebel Y-Wing because it requires ship energy. The rest is all like the other energy. These are long farms, guys. So for your third fleet, Rebel Y-Wing or Imperial TIE Bomber with Chimera. Try to build one of those squads. Alright, let's go to my roster. Let's go to my Squad Arena team. So my Squad Arena team, I use Aura Sing. So I always talk about 1 relic teams are going to be amazing. Who you relic and who you don't relic nowadays are so important in the game. So this helps me drop down to rank number 862 where I see like General Grievous, Padme, CLS, like squads that I face in Grand Arena and I practice all the time. I can get top 200 easily, but in my shard in Division 7, top 200 is Galactic Legends, super well modded gas squads. That's it. I need to practice for Grand Arena. So let's take a look at my roster. Alright, so I've got some notes off to the sides. I'm going to kind of periodically look at them. Alright, so I always shout out everyone's galactic power. 3.8 million. Man, I swear I've been playing for like 4 years at least, and there's so many people who are way ahead of me. I'm like, man, what have I done? I've been doing? I swear I've been I've been farming. I've been doing what I need to do. Anyways, 3.8 million galactic power. So in Division 7, if you guys don't know, you got to have 20 squads and 4 fleets in 3v3. In 5v5, it's 14 squads and 4 fleets. All right, so within every division, I'm reading through my notes, are so many different levels of rosters. You know, you got 3.1 million to 3.84 million galactic power. And I've faced them all. I know exactly what you should have by late Division 8. You know, nowadays it's all about GLs. Nobody early game now is going to enter Division 7 without a GL. You know, if you think a GL or 2 GLs with no core is great, it's not really what you want. All right, that's on that note. All right, let's see. Let's go back to the top. Kind of reading through my notes at the same time. So, first off, like how I have my favorites up here. I wish I could see that in all the roster reviews I do. To see the teams that you favorited, the teams that you have off to the side, like the squads and everything, that would be really cool. I am hoping if anyone that's really into SWGOH.GG, you know, you're keeping up with the devs and all that, you know, tell them about that. Tell them, hey, you know, DarthKimchi does roster reviews, and I would love to see what you guys favorite. So that would be awesome, guys. So first off, we'll talk about my Jedi Master Kenobi grind. This I wish I could see in everyone's roster. So anyone who has Galactic Legends, man, the Cantina and the scavenger materials needed, I swear, are insane. So I've got everything favorited. Piet's there just because I'm going to go for Executor soon. So I'm so close. I'm trying to just relic them and then get them to the relic levels when I'm done with everyone. So I tell you what, guys, if you're not on SWGOH.GG to find out what you need for gear, oh my gosh, not only is it Cantina materials, scavenger materials, but look at this. I am stuck behind Mace Windu and Wat Tambor. So this thing right here, they need like 40 of them. This right here, you're going to need like 10,000 of these in the game. He needs like 60 of them. Wat Tambor also needs the same thing. So this gear grind, scavenger grind, gear grind is insane in the game. All right, let's see here. Okay, that's my grind for Jedi Master Kenobi. Let's see. I'm going to talk about why I have no Galactic Legend. All right, let's go in the order of... I'm going to do speed. Okay, so speed. This is what I highly recommend that everyone does to their roster. I do this like every single division that I go up into, maybe sometimes in the middle division. I put all my tunes in order of speed. So who's the most important that must go first? That's what I highly recommend. Some rosters that I see that are coming up to the game, they've got some tunes, but then again, in your division, you might need that tune faster, so not a problem at all. But in Division 7, a Grand Admiral Thrawn, it's probably should be one of your fastest tunes. For him to fracture your opponent's best tune, to pass Terminator to get the party started, I passed it to Bashla Shan Fallen, it is amazing. So during the pre-nerf, when I would take out Sith Eternal with Vader, Thrawn, and Wat Tambor, there's sometimes C would be with a super fast Dooku, and I would be able to fracture it if I needed to, or pass Terminator to Vader right away if I needed to. Moff Gideon. These two guys right here, these Empire, can literally control the situation. Moff Gideon at 327 speed. We'll look at Thrawn first. 330 in Division 7. I wish I could get him to like 340, 350. Moff Gideon, people have Moff Gideon faster than Thrawn. I like Thrawn to be faster. Moff Gideon's at 327 speed. That's pretty nasty. I have seen some speedy, like, oh man, super speedy Moff Gideon. So any tune that I review, you guys start something in the comment section. I want to know how fast your tunes are as well. All right. So next, Jedi Knight Revan. So Jedi Knight Revan, I have gone through a lot with him. I have, sped him up, slowed him down. I used to have him at like 295 speed before the lead boost. I now have him at 319, just because since I don't have a Galactic Legend in Division 7, I have to stick JKR on defense. So having a super fast Jedi Knight Revan for defense is amazing. You know, if you have a Galactic Legend in Division 7, which I see people have in Division 8 nowadays, that's great. You don't have to have him so fast. You can take some speed mods from him. Okay, let's go to next, Rex. I've had to speed up Rex every single division. I always say no less than 313 speed, because in 3v3, if Darth Revan goes first, you will lose that battle 10 out of 10 times. If Rex goes first, it's more of like 85-90% win chance. I haven't lost to any Darth Revan and Darth Malaks that are not super well modded. So nowadays people are super well modding their Darth Revan squad. So 313, it's where it's got to be. That's 350 speed in 3v3, and there's only rare unicorns that are above 350 speed Darth Revans. Only ones that I know are in my Discord. All right, let's move on from Rex. Okay, so Bosk. You know, I took this from Arnold. So having a super fast boss with Aura Singh is amazing. He's 305 speed. I have seen faster. Okay, that's kind of like where your top tune, like your top 5. I would highly recommend everyone do that. Put an order speed and get that tune to be faster. Okay, now let's go to power my regular roster. All right. So in the order of power now, at 3.8 million galactic power, I have got like 40 relics. So why do I not have a GL? I hear that a lot. So before the nerf, I was winning all the time. All the time. For the SLKR, I had an amazing gas, 5s, Chewy, specifically modded for that counter. And then I had the Sith Eternal one down easily. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you see I've been making funny TikToks, YouTube videos. My Vader, Watt, Shore Trooper were on point. So was my Vader, Thrawn, and Watt, depending on how fast the Dooku was. So I had it down. You know, I was not facing any JML or Ray, but there were counters out there on YouTube. I've seen Arnold doing them. So I was like, you know what? Why get a Galactic Legend? Why raise my Galactic power through those trash prerequisites? So I did not do that. And now, the great nerfing. So I'm going to suck in Division 7, 6, Division 5. I will arise and dominate again. All right, looking at my notes here. So I talked about how I have 40 relics with no GLs. Who you relic and don't relic are super important in the game. The more relics you have, the more GLs you're going to face. The way to Kyber is full clears. You know, who cares about defense if you have the correct roster? All right, let's go on from that. My next note. Okay, if it's on defense and you don't need it to be relic for a prerequisite or to pass an event, don't do it. It's all about full clears with your offensive team. All right, let's see here. All right, let's talk about some things now. So in Division 7, I have seen a lot of Galactic Legends, 2 Galactic Legends with no core. So that is not the way. Don't think that that's what you need to win. You will lose if you see my Grand Video videos. I highly recommend. I mean, nowadays people are watching YouTube videos. There's a lot going on. There's more people helping. So anyone who's coming up nowadays is not going to enter Division 7 without a Galactic Legend. There are people in Divisions 8 and 9 that already have Galactic Legends. So what I talk about is you've got to build that core. And the core I'm talking about is your JKR squad. So we'll go look at squads real quick. All right, first off is a Jedi Knight Revan squad, because you can't get Darth Malak without Jedi Knight Revan. Next is a Padme squad. You can't get Gas without Padme. So those 2 squads and Gas, super well modded, is really all you need to have by the time you get to Division 7 with your 2 fleets. Now, that guarantees you top 3 every single Grand Arena, not a problem at all. Now, what will make you number 1 is if you get Darth Revan and Darth Malak, which I do say that they are probably the better between CLS. So Darth Revan and Darth Malak, or a CLS squad. If you get both, you will face harder opponents. Your coming up to the game will be harder, and you're going to face 2 GLs quicker. So with the nerf, nowadays you don't need both. Galactic Legends are the way of the game. So get either or, and then instead of getting the other one, go for your second Galactic Legend or a third fleet. All right, now let's go back to my characters. All right, so let's go over to my roster a little bit, show some things off a little bit. So I'm super proud of my gas squad. So General Skywalker, before the nerf, highest offense gas with no less than 100,000 protection was winning all the time. I have literally faced over 1,000 gas squads with like 130,000 protection, 140,000. I mean, faced one with like 150,000 protection. But his damage was so terrible. So he hit me like a noodle, and I would drop him so quickly. Now, with the nerf, he doesn't hit as hard as he used to. So I've actually lost lately to some super high protection gas, but their damage was still pretty high, like no less than 8,500, 9,000. So we'll take a look at mine. I've got 103,000 protection, speed 235. My secondaries suck, but his counter is deadly. So the speed has not affected me. My Rex is super fast, but I definitely will work on getting that faster. Critical damage, I've got the triangle. Offense, 10,225. He hits like a massive Mack truck. I might lower it to like 9,500 to get more protection. I might play around with it a little bit. I'm also farming a defense secondary set. So I don't have a secondary set. When you get to Division 7, this is okay to do sometimes. Early game players, I would highly recommend you complete sets. All right, so up here, I'll look at a couple of mods. So on gas, you want to have its protection percentage, speed, offense, of course. And then here on the diamond, you've got to have, protection percentage for sure. Yes, it does not have speed. I haven't had to worry about speed yet, but when I do, I will actually swap this mod out. Probably give it over to JKL or Droidica. So it's got protection, almost 9%. It's got offense at almost 7%. Another little thing of offense. In the circle, offense percentage, speed. It's got protection, the primary. Over here, I have got offense, more offense. Look at the protection. The speed is terrible. It didn't move at all. And then here on the triangle, critical damage. Look at that protection, 12%. It's got health, and it's got more offense. On a critical damage, you always want to have offense percentage in the secondary. Same thing with the diamond. You've got to have offense percentage in the secondary, or I would move on from that mod. Offense percentage and speed, for sure. Up here on the arrow, I've got offense up as well. 20 speed, which is great. Crit chance, I wish that protection would get higher. I'm hoping if I roll this again, I get the protection. I need more protection. All right, so that's gas. That's an amazing gas. This gas is taking out, not counting your Galactic Legend, my gas is taking out whatever your second best team is easily, the way I have him modded and the 501st. You got to have that big bang team. Everyone in Division 7 will have a Darth Vader. So this is why I love the nerf for Vader. Because before the nerf, you would always have to count Darth Vader as taking out one of your teams on defense. You had to account for that. A terribly modded Vader with speed would take out a team easily because he was just insane. So we'll take a look at his stats. You guys know I never care about health and protection on Vader. You should always win that battle, max banners. Your opponent should never take a turn. That's what usually Vader's used for. He can solo a lot, but not in Division 7 anymore. He's used for bigger and better things, especially when you don't have a Galactic Legend like me. All right, next speed, 251. That's slow. I'm trying to get him to 270, 280, but that's where he needs to be now. I run with speed. Thrawn and Moff Gideon. Critical damage, I got that triangle. Potency, 107%. There's so much resisting in the game. You definitely want to be no less than 85%. I run with Bastard Sean Fallen, so she gives him another 50%. So he's at 156% potency. That's pretty nasty. Now, damage, 8,000. And I have critical damage mods, not offense. That's really hard to do. I have farmed and farmed and farmed for mods for my Vader. You guys know I love Darth Vader, so he always has my top mods. Critical chance, 93%, and I have a critical damage triangle. It's great secondaries. All right. So up here on the cross, or not the cross, the square, I've got potency, speed. I don't care what the third and the fourth are because the offense is already in the primary. So Vader needs four things and actually three things now for sure in the secondaries. You got to have speed. What's more important? I would say speed, offense percentage, and then potency. Those three things you want to look for sure because he has been nerfed and he does need the damage. Here on the diamond, okay, I've got offense, crit chance, speed, potency. That's actually every single thing that you want to see on a Darth Vader's secondaries. You know, before the nerf, crit chance was the way to go. My crit chance was like 100 and like ridiculous, like 110%, something like that, because you had to crit. You got one big culling blade to take down Sith Eternal, and my crit chance was ridiculous. I now swapped it to potency. So everything that Vader needs is right there on that diamond. It takes a long time to farm mods, guys, so don't worry. Farm them every single day. This one has a lock on it. I recommend doing that. You know, when you find a mod, you know, when you're free to play, it's hard to work on mods all the time. Lock it so you don't sell it on accident. I've done that several times, and look what it's come up to be. Here on the circle. Protection the primary. I don't care about the primary. You want secondaries. So crit chance, remember, before the nerf, I wanted crit chance. Health, offense, I was hoping that offense and the speed would uproll. It did not move at all. The crit chance kept moving. That was great, pre-nerf. All right, now on the cross. It's got potency. So in your secondaries on Vader and the potency primary, it's got to have two things for sure. Offense percentage and speed. So maxed out offense is like 8.5. I've got 6% in the secondary with another thing of 76 offense. It's got crit chance and it's got speed. An amazing mod for Darth Vader. All right, now on the triangle, it's got to be crit damage with two things in the secondary for sure. Offense percentage and speed. Both are there. If that defense was potency, that would be amazing. All right. Now up on the top, your arrow should look something like this. You got to have two things for sure in the secondary. Potency percentage and offense percentage. It does have 9% crit chance. I was hoping the offense would move more. It did not. So that's a great mod for Vader as well. All right. Let's go on for Vader. I love Darth Vader. All right, looking at my notes at the same time, too. Let's see here. All right. We'll keep going. All right, so Commander Luke Skywalker. Great. I was looking at my notes and I saw Varmint. So in my Discord, I'm telling you guys, if you guys want an amazing Star Wars Galaxy Heroes community, my Discord link will always be in the description. Just great. I wish I could spend more time in there. I love SWGOH chat. I love it. Everyone's super helpful. My Discord is all about positivity. So Varmint54 put out a really cool short little video on how to mod CLS. And I agree. So many people mod him differently. You mod him for what's needed in your division and what you're using him for. So pre-nerf, he was used on offense all the time. That's why I have the health secondary set. On defense, offense with tenacity is key. You run with Chupio now in the game, so he has to have offense for sure because he passes it on to the team. So we'll take a look at his stats. R6 is totally fine. I wish I didn't take him past R5. Sometimes he's so powerful, he can swipe somebody out and stop that turn meter train. It binds all things. He inflicts 2 debuffs with his basics. So that's 20% turn meter and then 10% more to the squad. So they can get going. I do wish I had a lot more tenacity on my CLS squad. That is awesome. So take a look at stats. Health protection, at least 55,000, 50,000 for on each because it recovers both. Speed, 300. It is very hard to spread around good speed mods. You know, when you're coming up through the game, speed mods is the way of the game. Try to get as many as you can. And then you'll move on to specific mods like offense for CLS. 300. I'm trying to get him to like 315, 320. So critical damage, I've got that triangle. He is just like Papa Vader. Mod him the same way, but use 4 offense mods. Potency, 81%. There is, like I said, so much resisting in the game. He gets 40% from his kit, so I make sure he debuffs all the time. Offense, 8100 with 81% critical chance. That's pretty nasty. So tenacity, 45%. I do wish I had more. But tenacity, I feel like if you don't go all out, like 130 or 150%, sometimes it just doesn't matter. All right, we'll take a look at a couple of his mods. So, of course, I have potency here. It doesn't have offense percentage in the secondary, but does have speed. I'm always trying to farm for better mods. So I really haven't taken this mod any higher than what it is. The secondaries, to me, are not very good, and the speed's already maxed out. So I leave it at the green. Up here, critical damage. It's got offense, but not offense percentage. It's got protection, which is great. It's got some health. He recovers both. Speed, potency, defense, offense. I wish the defense was offense percentage, but they do get defense from his kit, so great job there. Here, I think I have defense. See, when I was coming up, I was just leveling any kind of mod, and now with the knowledge that I know, I probably wouldn't have done that. With defense percentage, with flat defense, with flat offense, I wouldn't do that nowadays. You want percentages, and you want to try to farm specific secondaries to be end game. Like that to me is definitely not an end game mod. All right, so Commander Luke Skywalker, like I said, there's several ways to farm or to mod him. And I do like how Varmint talked about tenacity. Tenacity is amazing on them. I am farming tenacity mods because I do use them on defense now. I'm probably going to switch to tenacity crosses, but it's got to have potency percentage, offense percentage, and speed in the secondary. Those are hard to find. I'm still looking for them. All right, we'll move on from Commander Luke Skywalker. Just going to show top tunes, guys. So Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker, I'm not sure if I regret it yet. You know, I had to relic some hot trash prerequisites, and that's, you know, caused me to face 1 GL and start facing 2 GLs for sure. And I don't even have a Galactic Legend. So, I'm not sure yet. I'll let you guys know in a couple of months. So I have him modded for... I had him at like 139 speed, which was terrible. I don't use him as lead. I use him... I want him to be faster. So 206. Protection's at 113,000. Offense is at 11,000. I've got offense maxed out here. Protection, secondary. I've got critical damage here with offense in the secondary. Even though it's less than 1%, it's terrible. Already got 2 tries, not even 1%. And of course, you want to max out the offense here. All right, let's keep going. It's weird that I'm doing my own roster. It's crazy. General Grievous, you just want all health. My Grievous has like 150 something thousand health, 50 something thousand protection. All right, so we'll talk about your core tunes like Jedi Knight Revan. So I said Jedi Knight Revan, I have sped him up, slowed him down. Do what you need to do for your division. You know, what's coming up through the game. So talk about JKR. That's when I kind of came into the game. When JKR was like the top tune. He was amazing. I was so happy when I got him. He is great with Jedi. R5 is totally fine for Crancor. And he was dominating. And then Darth Revan came out. So I skipped the whole Darth Revan, Darth Malak just because everyone had them. It was boring on defense. You always saw them. So I went CLS instead. Fives, I've seen fives modded so many different ways. I know he can't pass on defense, but I face a lot of gas mirror matches still. So with all that defense penetration that gas now has with the full 501st, I like to have defense. I did switch to a health secondary set. But these are just great mods that I have now. I can't really farm specific mods for fives. You know what I mean? So taking a look at his stats. Health protection, very respectable for having all that defense. Speed, he's super slow. But offense he passes on is 6,100. And then survivability, 76% armor. Special is 53%. I wish his special was higher, right? That's silly, the 53%. All right. I've got offense maxed out in 3 spots. Here, here, and here. Just to pass on all that offense. He does get 25 speed in the secondary. This is a great mod for fives. All right. Mod him very well for the sacrifice. With my gas squad, you know, when you're fighting gas mirror match, you know to go after fives to avoid the sacrifice. That's going to give the 501st so much more firepower. So you always going to go after fives first. So my fives is so thick to where a lot of times he'll get it down to like the low yellow, red, and gas will finally stand back up because he's so thick. When the computer when I face the computer, for some reason, you know, they'll either switch off of fives or they'll take his taunt away, or they'll throw an AoE and take out somebody else. And I always trigger the sacrifice when I face the computer, if you mod fives thick enough. General Kenobi, I think everyone kind of knows about that. We talked about Bosk. So Darth Treya and Darth Scion, everyone puts bugs on defense. Everyone. I still do in Division 7. I am now actually switching it up. I'm now using Brood with Dooku and Newt. I'm trying to switch that up just because some people are building Treya and Scion. When I see people don't, it's kind of like you get Treya for free through your guild. You only need Treya and Scion modded for critical avoidance arrows, because she also gets it from her, right here, from her relics. So she also gets 40% at the beginning of the battle from lead. If you guys don't know how her kit works, every time the bugs assist, they keep going and going and going, they just start defeating themselves. Critical avoidance arrow, for sure. This is what I used to have on Jolie, but I've switched it over. It's got to have speed and health percentage in the secondary for sure. The speed is terrible. It doesn't have health percentage, so I moved it on pretty quickly. But this works great for Treya. Have Scion modded kind of the same way. Defense, health, protection. Because the protection up from Isolate can be dispelled. So her and Scion, the duo, take out full relic bugs. Alright, C3PO, pretty basic. On C3PO, I've had to make sure to mess with his mods to make sure guard was on CLS for sure. Chewbacca is amazing. I do like how he puts guard. Sucks how he doesn't give guard for himself. So we talk about tenacity on CLS squad. So this is why it's very hard to put all tenacity on a CLS squad. My Chewie in Division 7 with 117% tenacity still gets stunned like crazy for like the whole battle. It's terrible. And I have the tenacity cross. So it's like I got to do probably like 4 tenacity, 2 health or something like that, because he gets stunned all the time. All right, let's move on from Chewbacca. All right, Grandmaster Yoda, of course, you want him to be fast. I've got 4 offense, 2 crit chance because I run under Jedi Knight Revan. He's at 294 speed. His damage is at 10,000 damage. I mean, he's your damage dealer. I have maxed out offense here. I've got critical damage here. But it's got to have offense percentage in the secondary with speed, of course. And then, of course, maxed out offense here. My Grandmaster Yoda is pretty nasty. Hits pretty hard. Okay. Next, Padme, we all know, of course. I have a defense secondary set. It just makes protection up thicker. So I always say R4 Padme is great. I'm going to R5 her for Crancor. So, of course, health, no less than 80,000. Speed, 287. Now that I use her on defense, because like I said, I don't have a Galactic Legends, I got to set a super heavy defense. I do need to get her quicker. For offense, when you're coming up to the game, I have probably faced over 1,000 Kylo Ren on mass teams. Her and Anakin take out crew squads easily. And crew squads never get over 280 speed. I've never seen a Kylo Ren on mass over 277 speed. All right. Let's go on to... Reason why I say that, I say it all the time, because crew will stun Padme, and then they'll target Ahsoka, and sometimes you can lose Ahsoka. All right. We'll talk about Brood Alpha. Brood Alpha, these 2 things and 2 things only by Division 7, if you're still using them, and they're a great squad, is speed and tenacity. So a lot of Vaders, people aren't doing well with speed. So mine's at 293 speed. A Vader is not soloing my bugs. He's probably not duoing my bugs. Probably not even trio. He's got to pull a great team to take out my Brood. I also have his tenacity at 124%. With 60% from Queen's Will, he's at 184% tenacity. I test my squad. In squad arena all the time. I put it on auto, see how it reacts. Vader cannot apply dots to Brood Alpha. He would have to use like a Piet, Bastard Sean Fallon, like a super well... super team to make sure he applies more dots to Brood. So that's what you got to get. Tenacity and speed. As fast as you can get him without sacrificing mods for other tunes that need to be faster. 293. I'm trying to shoot for like 310, 315. Okay. Let's go on to Anakin. Just talking about his stats. 271 is kind of like where he's at. That's not... average is probably like 255. Top end is probably like 280. Critical damage, he's just like Vader, kind of modded the same way, but you want 4 offense mods. Potency, 80%. I have an offense primary on the cross. So definitely no less than 80. You want to be able to inflict buff immunity and healing immunity on Kylo Ren Unmasked, Darth Malak. I need to get that higher. There's some nasty Darth Malaks out there. Darth Malak can solo Padme squads if Anakin's potency is not high enough. Same thing with Nest. Offense 8200, 85% critical chance. So I'm always farming for a better cross for Anakin in the background. I've got to get, like, if that defense was potency percentage, this might be an okay mod. I've definitely got to find something, maybe a potency primary with offense percentage in the secondary for sure. Critical damage here for sure. Offense in the secondary with speed, and then maxed out offense here, of course. Anakin is your damage dealer. Okay, what is next? Alright, Rex, like I said, I spit him up every single division. Han Solo, we kind of know you want a lot of damage. Maxed out offense on the cross, critical damage on the triangle, offense maxed out on the square. He does a lot of damage. I love Han Solo for shoot first. He's pretty nasty. B1, if you can get a lot of speed on him, I have offense mods and potency. He does a lot of damage. Mine's at 251 because I have an offense arrow. He's got 9100 damage. If you're always like, man, why am I dropping so quickly against a General Grievous squad and General Grievous barely goes? It's because of B1. Check their B1. All right. Jolie, you guys know I love Jolie. So Jolie, like I said, he needs to have a tenacity secondary set. Some people roll with 4 tenacity, 2 health if they can get his health high enough. So he gets 100% tenacity from Don't Interrupt Me. So he is at 203% tenacity. He gets half back as critical avoidance. So if you had a critical avoidance arrow with health percentage and speed in the secondary, he could be nasty. He also gets critical avoidance from his relics. His speed, he also has to take turns. Like 223 is very slow. I've seen a lot slower Jolies. I have seen some faster because of no other options. He needs to take turns. The more turns he takes, he reduces his own cooldowns and keeps your JKR squad alive. So definitely got to have that tenacity cross for sure. Make sure you get a tenacity secondary set. It's got to be health here, health here. I don't even have this maxed out yet. I haven't needed to. Here on the arrow, I've got health. So you could do, like I said, critical avoidance is amazing. I might switch this once I 6-dot this circle. I'll switch it back to a speed because he does need more speed. But I'm looking for health percentage in the secondary for sure. So the way I have Jolie modded right now, it's totally fine. It's all I kind of need right now. All right, let's move on to Jolie. All right, we're not talking about Wampa. Darth Sign, same thing. Emphas Nest. So Emphas Nest, I swapped her cross over to Jolie. So she did have 169%. She's now at 158. I will get it back up when I do 6-dot this, but she still gets debuffed. Nest is amazing. She requires no journey. Fleet 5D hard once you get to it. She gets 2 shard drops now. She is great. Her gear will drive you insane. The amount of stun guns she needs, oh my goodness. Oh wow. But she is definitely worth it. Everyone has hot trash on defense coming up through Grand Arena, even on the back wall, even on the front wall sometimes. She's great for it. I love Emphas Nest. All right. Let's see. Hermit Yoda. I now has to get him faster, how we talked about the speed tunes, because I saw a counter that Bit Dynasty did against Darth Revan and Darth Malak. He used Jedi Knight Luke lead with Hoda and Shakti, but Hoda had to go first. And then I asked him, does it work nowadays? And he was like, not really. So I'm like, that's why all the time I find counters on YouTube, they're really old. All right, that's kind of about it. I kind of want to go over some squads real quick. All right, guys. So what time am I at? Oh, I'm at 39 minutes. That's a long time. Sorry about this, guys. So let's talk about, like I said, all you need when you're coming up through the game, someone to solo would be great. Dart Trader you get from your guild. Scion's amazing. Those two duo are great. You got to have at least 3 good core teams. Your Big Bang team, Gas. Then I've got CLS, Jedi Knight Revan, and of course Padme. That's kind of really all you need with your Galactic Legend to assure you're going to dominate in Division 7. Then make sure you're not neglecting your fleet. All right. All I'm going to talk about before we get out of here, one tune relics, or not two, one tune relic squads. So Darth Vader, Thrawn is relic, but it was just for speed. This squad right here, Darth Vader, Grand Admiral Thrawn, Wat Tambor, Bastard Shan, Moff Gideon, is amazing. You don't have Darth Revan and Darth Malak, put Bastard Shan with Vader. She gives him 50% offense. Moff Gideon, Thrawn being so fast. My opponents never take a turn. They are amazing. This next team, Aura Singh Bounty Hunters with a Relic Bosk is all you need. Bosk goes first, taunts, gains Frenzy. Grief Karga uses his mill ability, everyone assist. Bosk gets 100% turn meter, he uses his net, everyone uses assist. You trigger the contract. Next is Boba Fett, because all the crit hits, Mandalorian gives turn meter. So I'll ability block anyone that can take away buffs. And the Mandalorian's first move is Disintegrate. It's amazing. Anything that's down here on defense, if you guys don't have to relic it for an event, you're just going to put it on defense anyway. So I didn't have to relic, Droidica, Magnagar, B1, not really. B1's probably the only one you should relic because he is deadly, because it's just gonna go on defense. All this stuff, guys, is on defense. Jango is because of Jedi Master Kenobi. Alright guys, that's kind of about it. That's my roster, kind of like my journey in the game. I wanted to talk about my mistakes, but the video's too long. My mistakes in the game is going for Beskar Mando when he came out. I spent a lot of Christmas gift cards getting Beskar Mando, Queel, IG-11, Cara Dune, over getting Darth Revan and Darth Malak. I could have Darth Revan and Darth Malak. My core would just be insane sick. And then I spent money on Bad Batch. They're terrible at 4 stars, 5 stars. I spent probably hundreds of dollars on them. I could have probably my Galactic Legend by now. So guys, that's what I want to say. Galactic Legend is the way of the game now. Get a Galactic Legend, but make sure you complete your 3 core teams, a 4th if you want to just have the extra insurance. Alright guys, if you enjoyed my roster reviews, blast that like button. Keep on sithing. Until next time, DarthKimchi signing out.